afternoon, everyone. My name is Joni from Pioneer DJ, and I'm here to show you the brand new PLX-CRSS12 professional digital analog hybrid turntable. It's the world's first DJ turntable with analog playback and Tonearm-free DVS control. So essentially, the PLX-CRSS12 is 3 devices in one. It's a high-quality vinyl record playback device. It's a Tonearm-free DVS controller for DJ software, and it has MIDI mappable performance pads with it. So over here, we have the brand new Magvel clamp. It's optional for analog playback if you're using a vinyl record, but it's required for DVS control. The weight dial on the top allows you to emulate different slip mat thicknesses. So if you take this and turn it all the way to the right, it's like a heavy slip mat. Turn it all the way to the left, and it's a very low friction slip mat. And you can dial it in just right for however you want to manipulate your record or how you'd like to scratch. Replacement clamps will also be available for purchase. So when using the Magvel clamp, it essentially clamps onto the spindle, and your DVS control is done by the spindle on the clamp. Now what's cool about it is you don't necessarily need your control disc. You can even do it on the slip mat. So if you forgot your control disc, you can still use the turntable. Now, say you even forgot your slip mat and you're at the bar and you have your Magvel clamp and your CRSS12, you can even use any flat surface device and use it with the So you can even use like a piece of a napkin with the Magvel clamp. Now, if you forgot your Magvel clamp with your CRSS12, or if you lost it, you can simply just take your timecode record or any record you'd like and just tape it on, because it's the spindle that keeps it in place and controls timecode signal for DVS control. The way DVS control works on this turntable is that rather than using a needle on a record, on a timecode record, it's actually built into the player. Because it offers Tonearm-free control, you're not limited to the issues that come with using a needle. You don't have to worry about needle wear or vibrations from ambient noise like subwoofers or just simply tapping on an unstable table. Because the timecode is generated from inside the turntable, everything is a clean signal going into your DJ software. The timecode signal is both compatible with Serato and rekordbox, and you can simply switch which one you're using by tapping the application button. And what's awesome about the DVS control is that it's not limited to any one version of Serato or rekordbox, just the DVS control itself. You can, if you have an old laptop and you can't update your Serato, you can still use the PLX-CRSS12 because it's generating a pure Serato timecode signal. Now over here on this section, we have our performance pads. It's 4 RGB pads with 2 banks for 8 total pads. You can switch between pads 1 to 4 and pads 5 to 8. There's 6 pad modes and they include Serato stems and scratch bank. So I'm going to open my stem pad mode by holding Shift and clicking Hotkey because it's a secondary pad mode to Hotkey. And I can basically have my Serato stems to control. So if I want to mute the vocals of a track, say I have this track, and I want to mute the vocals, and now it's muted, and I can do that with any of the stems. So if I just want drums only, bass only, instruments, or even just the acapella, the vocals by itself. So with the PLX-CRSS12, if you're using a mixer that's not like the DJing S11 or the DJing S7 that has performance pads, say you're using a DJing A9 or a V10, you still have performance pads because it's built into the turntable. So there are 2 needle modes here. It's really simple to switch between analog and digital by clicking the needle mode button. There's analog for analog playback, and digital vinyl for using DVS. The application button allows you to switch between the two DJ software that the timecode's compatible with. And it is possible to control and assign the decks for the pad control. So if this is your deck 2, you want to switch it to deck 2. But you also have the additional control of controlling all the other 4 decks for the MIDI pads. Over here, underneath the tone arm, is the OLED display. And it shows you your key, your deck that it's assigned to, as well as your BPM. You can also access your utility by holding down the deck button. And this allows you to adjust your torque, your LED brightness, your auto standby if you want that on and off, or do a factory reset. The target light and the strobe indicator is combined. They are now on the same assembly. That's right here. The blue light is the strobe indicator for being able to see the calibration of your turntable rotation. So there's 3 tempo ranges for your Cross-12, just like the PLX-1000. You can do 50%, you can do 8%, 16%, or a wide 50%. There's a large tempo reset button that's easy to click in case you want to quickly go to 0%. So there's a new step pitch feature. And this feature basically, it creates a tempo range that's plus minus 33%, and it quantizes to the closest semitone. So when you're going up and down the slider, it snaps to the next percentage value that is 1 note or a half step to the next one. This makes playing on vinyl, if you want to do key mixing instead of beat mixing, really easy. And also, if you're doing long tones, you can hit perfect notes when you're sliding up and down the slider. So the PLX-CRSS12 is built with vibration absorbent materials like the PLX-1000. The new switching power supply reduces the 60 Hz hum vibration. In Europe, it would be the 50 Hz hum. Now, while the Magvel clamp is needed for DVS control, it can also be used when you're playing vinyl. And it helps further reduce vibrations and increases playback stability. It also helps fix warped records. Additional features include 3 break speeds for your start-stop. It also has USB Type-C connectivity and 3 different torque settings. For the torque settings, you can do a classic turntable feel by setting it to low, or you could do a really stable high torque for when you're scratching, or you could set it to something in the middle. The Cross-12 is the perfect turntable for open format DJs and DJs looking for one device for Tonearm-free DVS control as well as vinyl playback. It's also great for DJs looking for the best sounding turntable for playing vinyl. This was a quick look of the Pioneer DJ PLX-CRSS12. If you have any questions, be sure to reach out to your Sweetwater sales engineer.